Tyrell, Ted Greeny from the Review Journal here in Las Vegas. Obviously, you had some bumps and bruises last year. Can you talk about being healthy, but also did you feel extra pressure last year to be the guy, and how much will maybe these young kids take a little pressure off and allow you to even prosper more this season?
Yeah, I feel good coming into this season compared to how I was feeling last year with my feet and everything. Feeling a lot better, feeling 100%. I'm excited, feel fast, feel back to myself. So glad to feel that way finally and kind of be past that. And then last year, I don't think I really felt a lot of pressure. I think it was more just as a group, we just really didn't have an identity with a lot of the stuff that was going on. So we just had a lot of people coming and going and different stuff like that. So I think now that we have a real good core group, some good young guys, and then the guys that we had last year coming back as well, like we can just kind of gel together and really know what our roles are. And I think that will help us a lot better, as a unit, just to be able to play better together and play, knowing what everybody's doing and knowing where everybody's at. So I think it'll be a big help.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Tyrell, I'm curious, when did you actually start feeling like yourself in terms of your feet? I mean, and is it something now that takes constant maintenance on your part? Was it a fluke? How much did you analyze what happened?
Yeah, it took a while. It took a pretty long time into the off season to finally start feeling better. With the virus and stuff, I was able to even take more time, which was really helpful. But now, I don't want to go back to that. So yeah, I do a lot of daily maintenance stuff before and after practice just to make sure that doesn't come back. And just trying to find different ways, different things. I don't know what it was that finally got me over the hump, but I tried a million different things, and now I'm just trying to continue to add stuff, whatever feels good, however I can keep it that way into the next day and keep the soreness and all that stuff away. So honestly, I don't really know what it was that got me over that hump, but I'm just glad to be feeling better.
Tyrell, what are your early impressions of Henry Ruggs, and what does a guy with that kind of speed, what can that do for everyone else on the offense?
Early impressions is he's fast. I think that's the biggest thing you see. We've just been doing mostly walkthroughs. He's still just super quick. So, but he works hard, makes the plays. When the ball comes to him, makes those plays, makes those catches. He works really hard. I think that's going to be big. And then obviously having speed like that, the defense just has to respect him no matter when he's on the field. Whether it's a run play, pass play, you have to have somebody that's respecting that speed. So I think that's going to open up so much for me, for Darren, for the run game, for everybody. It's just going to open up so much more just having that vertical threat.
Tyrell, obviously it was a weird offseason and affected the entire schedule. How important is it that you guys have so much continuity offensively through your quarterback, your offensive line, yourself, in order for you guys to kind of hit the ground running at this point?
Yeah, I think with the offseason, I really don't think it's too much of a burden on us. I think, coming in like we have with these walkthroughs and just getting to know like the Zoom meetings and stuff that we had through the offseason was big and helpful. And I think guys bought into that and really studied in the offseason. So everybody came in, the rookies, the first week they were here, they had hardly any mistakes. And then once those vets got here, it was the same way. And we were able to hit the ground running. Like you said, it's been pretty easy for us. And being coached well and knowing what to do and knowing where to be. So it's been pretty smooth.
Hey, Tyrell, Tashawn Reed from The Athletic. Another one of the rookie receivers that you all added this offseason was Brian Edwards. We've seen him, a bigger receiver. He's pretty impressive physically. What have been your first impressions of him, both, I guess, on and off the field?
He's been awesome. He works hard. He's been really into his book and trying to make sure he knows what to do. Like you say, he's big, physical. He runs really good routes, and he reminds me a lot of Mike Williams from the Chargers when he first came as a rookie. And I think he's been awesome. I think he's going to be a great receiver. Off the field, he's awesome as well. Being able to be around him a little bit. So I'm excited for him. I think he's going to have a really good career.
Hey, Tyrell, Scott Branson with Raider Nation Radio 920. You talked a little bit earlier about identity, and last year you had a big distraction. This year the distraction's different, right? You haven't been able to get together personally in person, but you have gotten to know your team. What's that identity look now? What's the kind of personality you see from this offensive group?
As an offensive group, I think it kind of carries over from last year. I think we had a lot of success, and we had some obviously all our core guys are pretty much back from last year. So just as far as like a receiver group, I think our identity is we're really young. We got a lot of young guys, and Me and Nelly being the two oldest in the room, and I still think we're pretty relatively young in the NFL. So just having that, and just guys are excited to be here, guys are excited to get on the field, and it just feels a lot more loose. I feel like last year with the room that we had, it just wasn't, we just couldn't be ourselves, couldn't really enjoy and couldn't really settle in. But now I feel like we're really good friends. We're like being around each other, and we like to see each other be successful. So it's easy to come to work, and it's easy to be around those guys, and I think we're gonna have a great year. I'm excited to be around them.
My question is actually pretty similar to that last one, in that how much relief is it that you don't have, the hard knocks people there and your number one receiver not being at practice? You actually have them there, everybody's there together. How much of a difference do you feel going into your second training camp from what you experienced last year?
Last year going through it, it didn't feel like that big of a distraction, until now, and how smooth and how easy it's been. So last year, I think it definitely was a distraction. We tried not to let it be, but I think it did get to some of us, and it was just kind of annoying for sure. And I think, moving into this year and having the guys that we have, it's just been super smooth, and so far it's been awesome. And being around those guys and the competition and how they like to approach every single day, like we all push each other. And like I said earlier, we're all pretty close, all pretty good friends, and it just makes it easy.
Tyrell, how would you say that your chemistry with Derek Carr has grown in the past year, and what can you guys do to further that chemistry in year two?
Definitely grown. I think he kind of understands how I run routes, and I understand what he's looking for on certain coverages, and just having a better feel of how I move is easier for him. I think that's the biggest thing, and being a long strider guy, I feel like I'm fast, but I don't really look too fast, so getting used to that for him is big. And then me just understanding the holes he likes to hit in the defense, and when to be turning my head, when there's a blitz, where it's going to be, what he likes to hit on certain coverages and things like that. It makes it easy to have that year under our belt and just kind of have a better understanding of what he's looking for, how I work, and it just definitely is smooth in that way.
All right, thank you, Tyrell.
No problem.